Arizona Republic columnist is now calling her Governor Grim Reaper. Tonight, there are about 100 people living in Arizona who don't know if they'll make it another 32 days for the Arizona legislature to meet in regular session to remedy the death panel created by Governor Jan Brewer. Their only hope before then is for Brewer to reverse her decision to cut state funding for transplants in a special session. But in our third story, the governor continues to refuse to do that. Not only that, it's not clear if she's aware of the conditions afflicting the people she is condemning. Either that or she's lying about them. On October 1st, state funding for certain types of organ transplants halted at the direction of Arizona's Republican state legislature and its Governor Brewer. Some 98 mostly lower-income people kicked off the state's Medicaid access organ donor list. If they wanted new life-saving organs, they would have to come up with the money themselves. The governor has ignored multiple suggestions for finding an estimated $5 million, which would restore these people to the state's donor list. The state has $30 million in unspent federal stimulus money on hand that Brewer's office says is untouchable because it has already been allocated. The governor refuses to say where. Instead, Governor Brewer insists these organ transplants are optional and a luxury the state can't afford, like a Cadillac.
It's part of the Cadillac program that Arizona has, even to the point where some of your personal insurance, your private insurance, don't cover some of those kind of procedures. But a lot of transplants are still being provided in the state of Arizona.
By the state of Arizona or privately?
By the state of Arizona. We still provide, even with the cuts, heart transplants, liver transplants, kidney transplants, pancreas and kidney transplants.
The state is absolutely not providing a liver transplant to Francisco Felix or a heart transplant to Randy Shepard, both of whom have appeared on this news broadcast with their families last month. On Tuesday, alongside Tiffany Tate, who you saw here last week, the men held a news conference with Democratic state lawmakers.
I'm not here on my behalf to fight for my case. I'm here to fight for my kid's father. I have 3 children at home who need me.
Sandra Felix spoke on behalf of her uncle and about Governor Brewer.
She thinks it's an option. Everyone who voted with her thinks it's an option. I don't think it's an option for anyone's kids, for anyone's parents, family members to have to deal with what we're all going through.
Joining me now from Tucson, David Hernandez. 6 months ago, Arizona told him he was a candidate for a lung transplant. In September, they reversed that and told him he had to raise the $200,000 himself. Mr. Hernandez, good evening. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good tonight. Thank God I'm here today on the show.
Your condition is called interstitial fibrosis. How would a lung transplant help you, and what happens if you don't get one? What's the prognosis?
It'll help me to breathe again. That's what it's going to do, and keep my life going. Without it, it's scarring. It's a scar tissue, and what happens is it just keeps on going up your lungs, and as much as it moves up, it's deadening the whole scar tissue. Once that's done, those breathing cells are done. It looks spotty in there, so it looks like it's going away. Or on the X-ray, it just seems like that part down there is gone, a quarter of it. It'll just keep on going up until you get to the last point where you can't breathe anymore. But it's been getting worse and worse and worse.
The governor still insists that transplants, even lung transplants like the one that you have been denied, are optional. What do you say to that, especially her use of that word optional?
It can't be optional. It's not like going to Dairy Queen or something. I think I'll take this. This is life or death. Optional. If you need it to save your life, you got to have it. And these turn downs, that they did, access, I think they made their decision too quick. Mm-hmm. They actually need to get some experts together and check their options out. The hospitals are saying, we can save you this much money from doing it this way. And I don't think Janet Brewer yet has given a phone call back yet.
You have a rather large family, 5 children, 4 grandchildren. How have they been helping you through this?
A lot of support. We all get up and walk. We do a lot of stuff together. Support. When you don't have a lot of money, you support yourself with family and love. But to hear something like this, it's like a ton of bricks right on your back. But on the positive side, to think it will change. We live in America, United States. This is the best country. So when everybody hears this, to me, it's going to change. I know this is going to change. Going back to the family, they just give me a lot of support, a lot of phone calls. Dad, do you need anything, this and that? Stuff I used to do, you know, a lot of construction, heavy equipment operating, always digging. So I was always busy. I was always gone at 3 o'clock in the morning. That stopped. That all stopped. You know, you just wake up and you're just trying to figure out, what am I going to do today? Well, you get a plan and get busy. But to get this from the state that we were on the list was one thing. It was great. Everybody loved it. Yeah. To get that letter back again saying, if you don't hurry up and get this before October 1st, you're done. And that's not the way the transplants work. There's nobody who's going to rush out there and do that. You know, it comes when it comes. So we're locked out. We're locked out until they do something about it. And it's going national. I love it because now more people are going to start hearing it and not just hidden here in Arizona.
Amen. David Hernandez.
Amen.
Many thanks for your time this evening, and good luck.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Of course. And the generosity of you viewers to all the Arizona residents we've had on this program continues to inspire and overwhelm us. The National Transplant Assistance Fund has already received about $150,000 that will go toward funding the transplant surgeries for Randy Shepard and Francisco Felix and Tiffany Tate. David Hernandez has his own fund at the NTAF website. There you see the address, ntafund.org, or you can call the NTAF if you want to do it by phone at that number, 800-642-8399.